Just go straight into the show. Right here, I have with me Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph, please can you introduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Joseph. Nice meeting you. As you all know me, it's nice to be here. It's OTP, King Chris.
Okay, well, we call him SB King. For those of you that didn't hear him well, he's still fucking big man. When the questions start coming in now, he's gonna speak up. Straight up, let's just go straight into the first match where we have Qatar Ecuador, where Ecuador had to win 2-0. Valencia scored the both goals. Joseph, quick one, what do you have about that one?
That game was actually a fun one for Ecuador because the first game was asked to always come out guns blazing at the team. But the first goal where they cancelled them, I think that was a goal actually. Though the VAR said otherwise, but they came back strong and they scored 2 quick goals from Valencia and they got the win.
Oh, okay. Nice one. I really like that quick one. Let's go straight into Senegal against Netherlands. A game I was really not really satisfied with myself because I put in so much belief and so much confidence into the Senegalese team. But let me hear from Mr. Joseph. Let's see what he has to say about it.
I think the Senegal-Netherlands game, I would say they missed money in that match because from the first half, they actually went, they battled with Netherlands actually because they went foot for foot, ball for ball with Netherlands. They didn't have that cutting edge.
What is the lacking? Because for me, I felt they lacked that technical depth in up front. Somebody to make the final finish. They did well for me, but sometimes I don't know how it's very easy for them to lose concentration at that crucial time. I think Netherlands started scoring at 87, I think so, and they had to put 2 goals in before the final whistle. What do you see about the concentration of the Senegalese?
I don't think about that concentration. I think it has to do with general football play. When it comes to African teams, I think they lack that general football play. African football is different from the European football. Okay. The technical aspects, everything is quite different. I think they just lack that cutting edge, that player that will change the game for them because they actually did well in that match if you watch it. But they just lacked that finishing, that final ball. That was what they lacked in the game. That's what I saw.
Okay, 2 goals coming from to the Netherlands. We had Kobe and we had Klaassen in the going stage for them. Straight up, we're going to England, Iran. Well, for me, I know this game is going to be one-sided, so I don't want to talk much about it. But I don't know if Joseph had something to say about it as well.
It was just a one-sided game, like you said. No contest from Iran whatsoever. England dominated the game from the first minute to the last minute, scoring 6 beautiful goals, I would say, from Bellingham, Saka, Sterling, Rashford, and Grealish. It was just an all-round game from England, and they got the win.
What about Taremi from Iran? The guy that scored.
He actually did well in the game, though. He played some wonderful football. From the first half, he had the chance at the first half, if I can remember.
I believe he single-handedly sold himself out in the game.
Yeah, he sold himself.
The support was not there from the team.
The team just lacked that all-round. He was the only one on the pitch I saw who could actually trouble that England team. One man can't lead the team. It's not possible.
Okay, let's go straight to US and Wales. A game looking like the same pattern of game, running down. I think US were more better in the game, but Wales came back with a penalty from Bale and they sealed it up. We go from Timothy Well, the son of the president. Yeah. So, what do you say about that game as well?
That game, first half, I was actually disappointed in Wales. They did absolutely rubbish, in my opinion. It was as if they didn't come out to play. It was as if the tournament hasn't started for them. But in the second half, they came out with guns blazing when they went to a goal down, you understand? So they had to come up with the intensity to try and equalize the game, which they did from the penalty spot from there on out. From there on out, it was just a 50-50 till the final whistle.
I wouldn't say for me it's a 50-50. USA actually put the most to it.
They came back. They actually should have won that game. They actually should have won that game.
Well, I wouldn't write that off that Wales came back from their slumber and everything, but I felt it was too late with the timing and everything. US actually had the game in the bag already. Well, good ones for them. They actually managed to see the draw. But let's just go straight into this one. This one is just a game. I think I'll never forgive Messi for this one because this one cost my ticket. Sure, you understand. So Argentina, Saudi Arabia. This is. we all know this because 2-1 to the Saudi Arabians where we had goals for Sel and Salam and Messi scoring a penalty. This one I want us to go into the details of this match. The first half of the game, Argentina looked completely in the possession of the game. What do you feel like the coach might have instigate or might have put into the Saudi boys to bring the turnaround in that game?
It's not actually about what the coach did to the Saudi boys. I think it's what Argentina didn't do
to themselves.
I think after scoring the first goal, they were actually in control of the game. Yeah. They had the ball possession, they had everything. I think the VAR cancelled the goal. I thought myself was
a goal.
Lateral Martinez. I thought that was a goal. It would have been 2-0 and would have had the game, I think, sealed in my opinion.
Yeah, in control.
After that, I think they didn't do what I expected them to do. Because after the first goal, they sat back, they were relaxed, saying, okay, this is Saudi Arabia. We don't expect much from them. And Saudi, in my own opinion, they controlled the game the way they wanted the game to go.
Quick question, Joseph. In the second half, who do you feel deserved to win the game?
Saudi.
So I felt the Saudi had a better plan than the Argentina.
That's what I'm saying.
Looking at them as the underdog
yes.
of the game,
Yes.
I would have played the game giving Saudi 3 goals or 2 goals ahead in the natural scene of the natural looks. But Saudi coming out in the second half, see, I felt Argentina could step up in the game at any fucking time, regardless of what they want to put on, regardless of the show. Having a Messi in your team is a plus.
Yes.
So for Saudi to overtake it or in any way they have come about it, I feel this should be a question to the Argentines.
I would say the tactical approach he took to the game was totally wrong.
The Argentina coach.
Argentina coach, yes. The Saudi, their style of play they came to the game with was to sit back and contain. They allowed Argentina to play the way they wanted the Argentina to play. If you watch the game, the Argentina was just moving from left to right, from left to right.
They didn't control the ball.
They didn't have total control because the Saudis wanted them to play that way. And credits to the Saudis, credits to the coach. They did wonderfully well. They didn't give up.
So it worked as planned for them.
Worked as planned. They kept on playing, kept on pushing till they got the equalizer, till they got the winning goal. I think it was all credits to the Saudi actually. All credits goes to the Saudi. But I would say the Argentina coach got it wrong the way he set up to play the game.
Okay. I don't want to say much because of our time. Let's just go to we have some couple of games during the time that we draw where we have Mexico and Poland, which Lewandowski missed a penalty. We have Morocco, Croatia, we have Denmark, Tunisia, we have Uruguay, South Korea. But on these ones, I wouldn't want us to say much about it because I felt like it was just the same edge. The both teams were no result at the end of the game. At least they share the points. But let me just go to France. Australia. A beautiful game at that match. I think Australia tried to put a fight with Godwin having the goal. Then Rabiot came back with equalizer. Jury had the 2 goals. Mbappe was fantastic in that game. Good balance for him. Dembele great, but as well wasteful for me at some point. There's this person I'm trying to remember in the midfield of France. Chouamani, very very wonderful defensive midfielder. Did what he was supposed to do. I was seeing the young Pogba of Juventus in him that day. He was there. It was quite beautiful. What did you say about the game?
It was a beautiful game from France. They went down early to I think it was 9 minutes or thereabouts. But they came back strong from Rabiot to Giroud to Mbappe. I think Mbappe missed a chance in the first
couple
half.
of chances. No, that's
that first chance, I think it was a huge miss for him. He used his size foot instead of wrapping his foot around it.
I think Giroud makes a couple of mistakes.
But it was a good game for France. They controlled the game. The game was theirs to lose actually. There was no pressure from Australia whatsoever. It was their game actually. Just like the game from England against Iran. It was just total gameplay from France and they got the win.
Even going down to an early goal. I don't know. I didn't see the fear in
the They didn't panic. They didn't panic. That was the key factor. They didn't panic. They still kept on playing the game they wanted to play. There was no panic whatsoever in the team. They just played their game and they got the win.
Coupled with the way the France team are playing right now, with the injury string around the team where we have Pogba, we have Kante, we have Benzema, we have Nkunku joining, with a lot of them. Varane coming back in the second game.
A player got injured in the game.
Hernandez as well.
Left back.
Yeah.
It was not Hernandez.
Hernandez, yeah, they were brothers, right?
I don't think so.
They were brothers. They were playing for Spain initially before they switched nationalized to France. But couple of with this injury, with these big names in absences for France. Do you see the France national team going far?
I think they still have players to go far, but with the injuries, I wouldn't say they would.
You won't pick them as the number one.
Yes, I wouldn't pick them as the number one. If they had Pogba's, the Kantes, the Benzemas, I would have tipped them to actually go that far to actually win. But with them not in the team, I would say they will be third best or second best.
Okay. I just leave let's just go straight to Germany Japan. Another controversial game in the tournament where the Germany had to the team picture closing their mouth, and I think people were saying instead of you focusing on the game, you were focusing on the LGBT. Quick one before we talk about this one. With the situation of things now, I've seen player kick against it and see player respected the LGBT. What do you say about the tournament and the LGBT sport?
The teams that came into the tournament saying about the LGBTQs, I would say they were wrong.
Okay.
Because this is football. You can't bring in politics to football. That is just pure politics. And the German team coming to the game with their team photo covering their mouths, their saying FIFA was trying to silence them.
Yeah, so that's the claim. That's the claim. Like
I would say it was wrong on their part because this is football. You can't bring in politics into football. We are here to watch the beautiful game of.
With the modern set of football, do you feel there's no politics in football?
I won't say there is no politics, but let's just balance it out. When it has to do with these LGBTQs, there are lots of controversies surrounding it. Everybody has their own opinions surrounding it, but don't just try to instigate your own. Don't try to push your own agenda to everybody. Everybody cannot have the same opinions, the same views and everything. So let everything be balanced. Let's play the football that we are here to play. Let's watch the football we are here to watch, and let everything just go with the flow.
Okay, well, second to what Joseph has said, I felt like every place has its own law, of which we all put in control. I felt like if we have gone to the British or the European side of the football, there will be some laws we all have to respect. So for now, being in the Saudis, I feel like we just need to respect them for who they are. So far, they are welcomed enough to accept us in the World Cup. So just let us go straight into the Germany game where Gundogan actually scored for Germany, and we have done an Asano for Japan. So what do you say about the game?
It was a funny one to me though. Why? Because Germany,
I lost this game another bet as well. Because
they were lackluster, I would say.
I didn't see it coming.
Because would I say I didn't see it coming? See the big teams coming into this tournament. I would have picked Germany as a top team, but that first game, the first half, I didn't see that intensity in their game. They looked so laid back. It was as if they expected to dominate, to beat Japan because they were like, oh, okay, who's Japan and all this. I think that was right. But the whole team, it's not a new team in the World Cup. Yeah. But the whole team in picture, I would have actually started the signing ahead of some couple of players.
Oh, you're feeling the coach got it actually well.
Yeah. Because there are some not informed players who started that game that they shouldn't have started the game at all. Why would you leave out the signing and you bring in Havertz, bring in Götze? Götze has lost his form for a couple of years now, but you have the signing who is still playing, who is still being informed in Bayern Munich, and you leave him in the bench. Just like how Southgate left Foden on the bench as well.
Yeah, we'll get to England side.
Yeah, but I think Germany, the coach lost it.
Well,
the coach lost it.
Tactically side, I don't really want to judge him that much, but I just felt like the boys had to be blamed for that one. They didn't put the energy in the game. They felt relaxed. They really took Japan as an underdog. For me, and Japan is not even an underdog in this game anymore. They are regular team in the World Cup, so you should respect them for their consistency. So I felt the German team actually lost everything, regardless of them going into the game with a goal at first. It turns out like they had to lose the game at the end of the day. Well, another sweet one. Spain having I don't know how to call it, maybe a birthday shower over Costa Rica, 7 goals. What do you say about that game?
That's just what we call total domination.
Yeah. I think this is the first game that it needs to be called total domination because the possession is crazy.
Not even the possession. I didn't see Costa Rica in the game.
That's the possession, bro.
So it was just all round.
All round Spain.
Costa Rica didn't have a shot, not a single shot allocated to them, not a single shot on target. So Spain just dominated the game. There's nothing to be said about it. Nothing to be said about it. It was just a total control from Spain, total football, and it was a beautiful win for them.
That is another point we are supposed to talk about. But well, we leave it for Spain because I feel like the work is the work is still in the future. They had this one right and they got it very well.
It's a team to watch actually.
Yeah, fine. They seem to watch very, very young players.
And their coach, Enrique.
I've criticized Enrique over his speaks, but I will leave that aside now. We're into the World Cup already. So, to the goal scorers, congratulations to Asensio, Torres with the penalty, Gavi, Sole, Morata, and Olen. But even because sometimes as somebody that has played football before, and when it comes to a team, you can't actually get something away from them. Don't you defend to keep your respect? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Sometimes you're 4 goals up. And the two things is that either I sit back and I don't concede more, or I go all out. And we didn't even see any of these aspects from the Costa Rica. So sometimes I just look at the balance sheet and like, is this guy really a coach, or is this people really playing for the country or something?
I won't say they weren't playing for the country. I would say it was just all about Spain. Spain came into the game with the aim of dominating that game, with the aim of not giving the Costa Ricans any room to breathe actually. Because when you watch the match, anytime the Costa Rica had the ball, you will see like close to 2 players or 1 player Next thing you know, they've lost the possession. It's all back to the Spaniards again. So I don't think it was all the Costa Rica they came confident to play. I think it was just the Spain.
Also, another controversial thing by the Africans where Mbolo scores and the Cameroonians need to go and attack his family house. That's what we were hearing. We've not confirmed from the Cameroonian. I don't have the Cameroonian friend which I can confirm from him or her, but that's what we've been hearing. And Switzerland against Cameroon. How do you see the game?
I think Switzerland was just Switzerland's game actually. Cameroon, I didn't see Cameroon like them to actually play. They were just using all their strengths.
Basically, football in Cameroon is about strength.
They wanted to overpower the Swiss, and it wasn't working for them. So the Swiss played technically, and they just controlled the game. Actually, the Cameroonians, I think if they had focused more on the playing side of the game, I think they would have gotten something from the game. But they were just focused on the physical part, and they just lost it.
Well, I think there's been a claim from Mbolo's mom about coming to play in the Cameroonian side right now. Like they have to come through a complaint where those particular complaints actually manage Eto's image, right? I'm not clear about that story, but I think maybe in some ways Mbolo has tried to come back into the Cameroonian team, and there was a sort of okay, you have to bring money. The same syndrome we're having in the African team generally. I think then he wasn't able. Then went back to Swiss because the mom claimed he had the chance to be trained in Cameroon, but I think there were a lot of mixture in the process.
When it comes to African teams in general, I think there's politics involved when it comes to picking the players. General terms, this is not the first time we've heard about this sort of thing happening, and I don't think it will stop anytime soon. So that aside, let's just talk about the football aspect. They were just poor. The Cameroonians were just poor. They didn't play the football we were expecting them to play. They were just focused on the physical nature of the game and forgot about the technical aspects of the game.
Okay, let's go straight to Brazil. Brazil's Serbia, and Brazil win 2-0 and 2 goals from Richarlison. Good game for the Brazilians. They were really in the game all around. The goals came late as well. Neymar being injured in the game as well. Vaccinations excellent as always. Rafinha not the best of it's the best of his performance. Let me use that as that. But I felt like he needs to do better. What do you say about the game?
Brazilians, the Sambas as we call them, I think it was a good game for them. They came out guns blazing from the first minute. They should have been more than 2. Yeah, a couple of chances missed by Rafinha, like you said. It wasn't in the game. It was just. I would say it was just wasteful of the chances he got. And then Vinicius, as always, guns blazing from the first minute. When he gets a player, he takes them on without any fear or anything. Neymar being injured, I think to be a loss for the Brazilians.
It was a big impact in the game as well.
His style of play and everything. He had something to it.
What do you see putting Neymar out of the attack and putting him into the midfield? What did you see about that tactics?
It was something else. It changed the dynamics actually. That means it gave Neymar more room to maneuver, more room to use the ball to see the field more clearly and to make some passes. Yeah. So it was a good tactical change from the coach.
Yeah, well, if you actually watch the Brazil boys, you'll see like there's no problem with him playing on the midfield. It was very great, and he had boys that could run ahead of him. So after 1 or 2 flex on the ball, he's always moved.
I think after the game, I think some Brazilian fans were actually happy that Neymar got injured.
Seriously?
Yes, that's what I heard. They were happy. I think there was some politics surrounding Neymar before the tournament. I think so that clouded him coming to the tournament. And I think when he got injured after the game, I think some fans were happy that he was actually injured. I think for me, I think that's very bad.
Well, we don't know how true this is, but I feel bad for Neymar right now because he doesn't deserve this injury. A player doesn't deserve an injury because that's what rules the career.
And at the standard of the World Cup.
At the level of this World Cup, every player wants to be there. So if you're lucky to be there, you need to get your shine and everything.
And 2 beautiful goals from Richarlison.
Yeah, well, quick recovery to Neymar, regardless of what is happening in Brazil, regardless of the politics. Now we'll leave the politics aside and we just face the game. Straight up, let's just go to Portugal, Ghana. Well, see, Ghanaians, yeah, I understand. You are our brothers. We love you people, and I support you guys in this match. I know some other Nigerians are not really in based on the competitive we'll be acting like the Jollof and everything, but you guys did well. I'm clapping for you, but you guys need to convert chances. You guys don't need to sit back till they score you before you start playing the Ghanaian games. You show that level against Nigeria, you should be able to show it against any other team in the world. What do you say about the Ghanaian games?
It was a good game. It was a fun game. It was an end-to-end game actually. From the Portuguese and the Ghanaians, it was an end-to-end.
Let's talk about the referee.
Well, if we want to talk about the referee, I think we have to generalize it. It's not just the game.
I just want to talk about Ghana.
It's not if we have to talk about the referee, it's not just the Ghanaian game.
Okay,
it has been an all round.
If you don't want us to generalize it about it, if you don't want us to talk about the referee because of Ghana, let's talk about the penalty, the Ronaldo penalty.
It was not a pen.
It was not a pen for
It was
him.
not a pen.
That's the referee's fault.
Actually, VAR though.
No, even the ref as well.
No, I would say the VAR.
I don't know the Ghanaian players in question was telling him to make a call to the VAR. He didn't.
You can't make a call to the VAR.
No, there are ways you ask.
The way I think the way the
yeah,
VAR.
see, the transmitter in their hand can give you channels to get to the VAR. That's what I know.
I think the way the game is set up. I think after a decision has been made from the referee, it is up to the VAR to check if the referee made a wrong decision and tell the referee to come check the monitor.
Okay.
I don't think the referee has the right to ask the VAR to check if there's anything.
There are situations where the referee had to wait.
Waiting is different from asking. Hold on.
The referee already picked the penalty already.
He picked the penalty and
based on his own judgment.
Based on his own judgment. And if you see before the penalty was played.
Before the penalty was played,
there were some minutes before.
Yeah. No, apart from minutes, there were conversations between the Ghanaian player surrounding the referee to tell him check the VAR.
He can't check the VAR unless the VAR calls him to check.
So you're telling me if he's walking straight to the monitor, he won't check it?
That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how the VAR works. The VAR works like this. If a decision is made from the referee, and if there is something to be seen by the referee, the VAR will call the referee to check the monitor. And if it is clear and obvious that the monitor that the VAR can overrule, the VAR tells the referee it is not. So I think this particular penalty, I think VAR was not involved. I think VAR was not involved because if you should watch it,
who are you placing the mistake on? And the VAR or the referee?
It's the VAR because in time play, we can't judge based on in time play. There has been some incidents where it's fast. Football is a fast-paced game. It's not something you slow down and see clear as day. No, it's fast-paced.
But you blow. VAR has actually bring that consistency of slowing down,
stopping, but not in a real time.
In
a real time, I'm talking about.
I can remember a game where I think. In the English Premiership, I think it was Manchester United. At the end of the game, where they had to call them back to play penalty.
That's different. Why I would say that is different because at the start, at the real time play, the ref said it was not a penalty. Blew the final whistle until they went back in and the VAR said no, it was a penalty. They had to come in. I think there was to me, I think that was a controversial one actually. Now, as I'm saying. Real time. Hold on. I'm saying it's controversial. Okay. That's what I'm trying to explain. Real time play. The ref felt it was a penalty. He blew his whistle. Now it's up to the VAR to check and see if it's actually a pen or not, and to call the ref attention to it. That's what I'm saying. I think after the ref blew his whistle, I don't think there was a review from the VAR.
Yeah.
From it, there was no review, and I think there was an issue. Or they said there was an issue or something. That's one of the things VAR has to look into as well. These issues of there are some times where the VAR is not into play and all that thing. I think if VAR was in play, I think the ref would have overturned the decision because the Ghanaian touched the ball first. He was actually the one who took the ball away from Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So there was no contact whatsoever from the Ghanaian to Ronaldo. So in real time play, I think the ref felt it was a penalty. But if there was VAR in the view, VAR checking and all these things, I think he would have seen that it was not a penalty. And unfortunately for the Ghanaians, there was no review from the VAR to overturn the decision.
Well, that was a gift to the legends, a big gift to Ronaldo.
And credit to the Ghanaians, they came back. They came back strong and equalized.
Well, goes from Portugal, we have Ronaldo, we have João Phillips, and we have Rafael Leão. And the Ghanaians, we have Adre Ayew and Bukari. Well, good game, Ghanaians, good game. I think Ghanaians actually put the best show in the African team. So quick one.
Before we round up, the game itself, the Diego Costa almost threw the game. The last minute where he threw the ball down and Inaki Williams almost took the ball actually, but wasn't balanced enough to actually convert. I think if that had gone in, I would have felt the keeper. I think wouldn't have slept that night. Wouldn't have slept that night.
There are controversies like that sometimes around the goalkeeper where they make a costly mistakes. I can remember Liverpool in the final as well. That's not why we are here already. So quick one before we round up, please. Just give me two African teams that you feel is going to do well in this tournament.
Two African teams.
Yes.
I would say one, Senegal, if they can actually pick up where they left off from the African Cup of Nations. Barring there's no money in the team, but they still have some good players who can actually bring up the team and make some good balance to the team and get some results from the team. But I don't expect any African team to actually go past the second round. I would say, to me, if I'm to pick an African team, I can only pick one, and it's Senegal.
Well, for me, still not writing up Ghana. I believe if they can put up this show, they are going to do well. Cameroon as well. I was really expecting more from Cameroon, but I think they lowered the standard for themselves. Straight up, I think Morocco. I'm not writing Morocco off. I'm not writing Morocco off as well. Senegal has been my number one from the starting of the World Cup. So guys, thanks for being on the line with us and taking.